Hi, welcome to the discussion. In this session, we are going to discuss about MPLS in theory along with the example. In our upcoming video, let's have a practical discussion using a simulator. It is one of the most important and popular WAN technologies that is used because instead of using only IP address and the routing table, it uses labels to forward the packets. So the data transmission is very efficient and reliable. In our general IP routing, in a usual IP routing, whenever a router receives a packet, it will check for its layer 3 information and it will check whether the provided destination IP address is available in its routing table, and the packet will be forwarded accordingly. But here, in MPLS, the router will not go through its layer 3 informations, and it will never forward the packets based on its IP address. Rather, the packet will be forwarded based on the labels that are sticked. Okay, so we are going to understand about MPLS using a small example. I'm having a two office. Okay, one is at India, and the other one is I'm having in Singapore. I'm using 10.10.10.0/24 for my India office LAN subnet, and I'm using 10.20.20.20.0/24 for my Singapore office subnet. Okay, a customer may not know what's going on in the service provider network because a WAN link that's provided by a service provider, let it be some X, Y, whatever it is, the MPLS link is managed by the service provider. Now we are going to see how the MPLS is working in the service provider network. Okay, so before going into that part, there are some terminologies that we need to understand, and let's see one by one. Okay, the first one is CE. Okay, if you see, there is some CE here, there is some CP, LSR, and all, right? So C is nothing but customer edge router. So whenever there is an office, whenever there is a site, there is a router that is managed by a customer. It is called as the customer edge router. So the router which I'm having in India, that's managed by me, it's a customer edge router. As well as the router which is managed by the customer in Singapore office, it is known as the customer edge router. This is what CE. And the next one is PE, that is provider edge router, right? That is nothing but my customer router that connects to the first router in the provider network. That is the provider edge router. And as like the same, my customer edge router in this location is connected to this router. So this is my provider edge router. All other routers in between these provider edge routers are provider router or LSR router. LSR is nothing but label switch router. It switches the packet based on its label. Okay, and LDP, that is one of the important protocol. The label distribution protocol is one of protocols that's used in MPLS. All the routers will be using the LDP protocol to generate the labels. So when I say generate the labels, the labels will be generated based on the network that it is learned. So before that, one important point is, if we want to establish an MPLS network, first of all, we need to have a routing enabled network. Without a routing table, without a routing protocol, it is not possible to establish an MPLS network. If we want to establish an MPLS network, there should be a network formed using a routing protocol, and MPLS will be running over it. Okay, and it will take out advantage of it. Okay, so when I say LDP, all these routers are using LDP protocol, and it generates label for all the learned networks. Okay, every routers will be learned the network based on its routing protocol, and this routers will be generating labels using LDP for all the learned network. Okay, say for example, this 10.20.20.0/24, for this network, this router may generate one label and assigned in this router. Okay, let it be some 300, and this router have generated some other label for this particular network, and let it be label 200, and this router may generated some other label, let it be label 100. Okay, and one of the important point is, whenever LSR, that is whenever a router is generating a label, it will share those information with its neighbor, and also it will maintain a table. a binding table. Okay, so all the routers, not all the routers, say for example, this router will be having a detailed information as like what are the labels that are generated from this particular router for a network, and what are the labels that are assigned for the same network by this router. As like the same, this router will maintain a table for all this network, for this network, as like I said, this router, right? Sorry, this network. So this LSR will maintain a table which it says for this router the label is 200. Also, it maintain informations about the label informations about that's generated from this router and this router. Okay, so this is how the labels are generated using LDP protocol and shared between the neighbors. Okay, let's see with an example. If I'm here in India and I'm trying to access, I'm trying to reach some destination in the remote location in Singapore, and let the remote the destination be 10.20.20.10. Okay, and when the request packet is going from this CE, it will be going as like IP packet only. The layer 3 information will be IP packet only available. So once this IP network IP packet enters into this particular router, the provider edge router, the MPLS operation starts. Actually, this is in this transaction. Say for example, if the data is going through in this way, when IP packet is entering into the MPLS network through this particular router, this router is called the Ingress router. And when the packet goes out of the MPLS router, when the packet goes out from this particular router, from the MPLS network, it is called the egress router. Okay, so there are three important operations that's performed in MPLS. One is push, the second one is swap, and the third one is pop. Okay, and the push operation will be done or performed in the Ingress router. So mean to say, whenever a request is coming from the customer register router, it will come as an IP packet. Okay, the IP information will be here. Once it reaches the Ingress router, okay, the Ingress router, instead of going through its routing table, only the routing table, it will go through its label binding table, and it will assign the label. Okay, it will push the label to the network, because as we already discussed, this 10-20-20 network, right, for this particular network, already all the routers have generated the label and added in their table. Okay, so once this packet comes into this network, into this router go through its table, and it finds it's already generated label 100 for this particular destination. So once the IP packet comes in, it sticks the label in the packet, and it will forward to the neighbor. Okay, and once the packet comes here, the second operation is performed, that is swap, because this router know what is the label that is generated for this particular destination 10.20.20 0/24 network. So this router knows what is the label that is generated in this router for that network, and what is the label generated for this uh, by this router for the same network. Okay, so once he receives a packet mentioning the label 100, he knows that the destination is nothing but 10.20.20.0/24. So it removes the label 100, and it pastes its own label, the label which is generated from this particular router, right? That label it will paste, and it will forward to the neighbor. So once the same packet comes here, this router also will perform the same. It will remove the label that is come from this particular router, and it will paste the label that is generated from this router and send it. So once the packet comes to the egress router, that is the last router in the MPLS network, the label will be popped out, and it will comes as an IP packet only, and the IP packet will be routed to the destination. So this is how the MPLS will be working within the service provider network. Based on it will not forward the packet based on IP or the routing table. Rather, it will uses the labels and make the forwarding decisions. Okay, three important operations is push, pop, and swap. So I also, this is known as layer 2.5, because it comes in between. It makes use of a MAC and also the IP address. So for this, we can have a packet in our upcoming video. We can using a simulator. We'll have a packet capture, and we can see. So this MPLS packet will be coming in between layer 2 and layer 3. So it's also known as the layer 2.5. And as discussed earlier, it is an LDP protocol. That's a label distribution protocol is used by all the LSR router to generate the labels. The three major operations is push, swap, and pop. So hope you like the video. Please share it with your friends and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching the video. In our next upcoming video, let's discuss about this in practical using